Only comeback this man has made so far to me is that I need my medication and he's worried about my nuts. I need a woman. He ain't wrong about neither. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'll be agreeing. It's like he ain't wrong, but at the same time, bruh, look who's talking. Like mind you, this is a man in his 60s, staying near 70s, whacked out all the time, drunk out of his mind, on crack. He calls his wife, his guitar, his wife, and gee, yeah, for good reason, because women don't really like him that much. While he thinks he's such a player or whatever, I don't seem different personally. Like he's not the type that I would consider a player or a ladies' man in the slightest. Uh, he done scared off multiple women that have been here, and I've even heard stories of it before even of him doing such before I even got here. And then seeing the way that he acts, it's just math ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? And then look, you're bragging. You're in your 60s, man. I see where you are, what you're doing, every day, all the time. Who you bring around. I know. I see what you're like. You got no self-respect and no respect for anybody else. Yet this is the same man, in his 60s, y'all, bragging about 5 years of prison. Most people that have been to prison wouldn't really brag about that, first of all. And then, bruh, you're around killers and this and that. Okay, sure, but like, whatever. Whatever. And then just, my thing is, how you go to prison for 5 years, right? And ain't learned not a lick bit of respect. Not a lick bit of it. Somebody asks you a simple request, you can't even, mans don't even grasp or understand the fact that he ain't the only person that lives here. Like, you live here, but understand it's an apartment, like, so do other people. And that's what kills me, is he can bring around his riffraff or whatever. He can't even control them or himself. And just, yo, he's the worst of the worst. I swear he is. And then another thing that I don't like is, bruh, I mean, what, like, look, if he yelled in my freaking earlobe, y'all. He yelled in my, look, I'm deaf, right? Completely deaf in my right ear, right? Ain't no need for you to yell in my freaking earlobe, yo. Not only that, it's just not smart. People don't know that really. It took me everything not to just yoke that man, just grab that man and just, take him into the sky and then snap his body in half. I don't look very big, whatever, and I'm not that tough, whatever. I already know. It probably don't seem like I could do that. I could absolutely do that to that man. Compared to me, and this is really saying something, I look at that man like a twig. That's coming from me. Look, I got bone density laws, like I'm only 5'6", literally weigh like a buck 10, not even now. And it's just knowing what I know. That man is a twig. Like, I know what I'm capable of, especially if you get me mad. That would get me, and that got me mad. I wanted to hurt him. I haven't yet, out of just being able to control myself, because I'm a real grown man. I'm like, what he tried to yell in my freaking ear. And here's what gets me is, all I did was literally ask him, why are you bothering to pick up the dog shit now, Stan? So he gets right behind me and yells in my freaking earlobe, yo. I wanted to snatch him right then and there. And the thing is, he only did this to impress other people. Just because the older chick, the older neighbor out there that doesn't wash, was out there, and then Mike, bougie Mike, that comes around and he's the aide for Andre next door, and he's probably the coolest dude here, which is sad because I don't really even like him. But as far as respect goes, he is absolutely the most respectful person here, most educated person here, person with the most money that comes around here. So you kind of do the math there. It's like, yeah, these mugs have been used to rats their whole lives, so they're stuck as rats. Just you're used to what you're used to. And I'm not used to that, yo. I don't want to be. I would hate to be in my 60s, that whacked out of my mind, bragging to a real grown man. That's my thing. That's what I was gonna get at. About, and here's my thing, because that's what he yelled in my ear. That's all he had to yell. That's how he's a real grown man, and I better go play games with someone else, boy, or something like that. And it kills me that he be saying boy the way he does, boy, because he be trying. He's so worried about the white man and other people being racist or something, saying the N word and stuff or whatever his deal, however he feels about it. But yet, yo, that's another thing that kills me. Any black person out there that does that, yo, kind of like think about it. You ain't much better yourself, probably. You probably contribute to your own downfall and BS, just like that man, that grown man, and then blame any and everyone that you can for your BS, rather than just own up to the rather than own up to what you've done and do better, or try to change, or even just accept who you are. Good Lord, some people don't even accept who they are. You cannot get them to believe that they're something else. There's some, that you got. Lord, my nose will not stop running. I promise it's nothing special. Allergies are freaking nuts, yo. But, so I apologize, but, so it's just like, I don't know. And actually, there's too much I can say about this man. I know too much and would rather not. Like, I could talk about this man and how he's like the perfect example of everything. He just encapsulates. What's that word? He just encapsulates. Fuck using big words. He is the perfect representation of just everything that I dislike the most, to be honest with you. The absolute most. And that's really saying something. Because to be honest with y'all, I hate everyone. So, I hope nobody really thinks anything extra to that, is in, like, bruh, I'm self-admittedly, like, racist, whatever you want to say, because it's not even that. I'm not racist, prejudiced, none of that. I'm just not for the BS, and quite frankly, I just call it as I see it, and that's just what it is. Simple as that. And if you feel, differently about it, go ahead. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, we don't gotta associate with each other, deal with each other, think the same, whatever the case is. But that's another thing is, look, people can't do that. People can't handle business or whatever with somebody that they don't think the same as, or whatever, that doesn't think the same as them. And I'm like, man, F all that. Who cares? We can agree to disagree and disagree to agree. Especially if there's green involved. We can agree on the green and disagree on anything else. Like, fuck you mean?